Hey guys, I'm Sandeep, Senior Marketing Manager here at Xiaomi India, and today we're going to be taking a look at the teardown of the Xiaomi 12 Pro, which is our latest and best flagship smartphone on the market right now. Now we're going to be taking a look at just what makes this phone the absolute best and just how much effort, R&D and hard work we put into packaging all these wonderful components into a sleek and premium looking device such as the Xiaomi 12 Pro. Now let's begin. So now that we have heated up and actually removed all of the glue, we're going to make use of the suction cup and remove the back panel from the rest of the phone. Rest of the components we'll basically start removing, and I shall talk about it as we get to the next level. So these are all the components of the Xiaomi 12 Pro. Let's start with the back panel itself. So this is basically Corning Gorilla Glass 5 that has actually been treated in a special way that we are calling microcrystalline. You have the Xiaomi logo here. The entire surface is actually called a velvet matte finish, which makes sure that there are no fingerprints, no smudges. The camera island itself is made of metal, and you have great quality glass over there protecting the lenses as well. Now next onto the chassis, which is again an aluminum alloy. At the front you have our display itself. At the back you have some of the other components, including the first speaker setup. So what you see here is basically a combination of a woofer and a tweeter. This is the first set. The second set is what you have here. Again, there's a woofer and tweeter inside this at the bottom, which is the bottom firing one. And this particular setup is something that we have ensured core symmetry on, in the sense that the woofer at the top, the woofer at the bottom, as well as the tweeter at the bottom and tweeter at the top have the same physical size. Here is where you have the optical fingerprint scanner. So this basically comes through the display and scans your fingerprint. You also have some of the weather sealing over here, and some of the other ones have come out as well. You have our large 4600 mAh battery. This is a single cell battery, and this is basically the first ever time that we are able to achieve single cell 120 watt charging, and we are the only company in the world to do this thanks to a Surge P1 intelligent fast charging chipset that we have inside. Here you have our SIM module. So you have the SIM tray here on one hand, a dual SIM module, and you have the SIM tray on the other one. You also have our camera set up here. So the primary camera is there. You have the front facing camera here. There's a 32 megapixel camera unit. You have our 50 megapixel ultra wide angle camera here. Incredible images from this camera as well as the other cameras that we have here. Next up we have the telephoto camera, again a 50 megapixel camera mated to a very high aperture f1.9 lens, again a large lens, and our primary Sony IMX707, the India debut of this particular sensor, coupled with OIS 50 megapixel camera again, which completes the triple 50, that is the 50 plus 50 plus 50 flagship camera setup that we are debuting on the Xiaomi 12 Pro, the very first time on any smartphone in India currently. You have our wireless charging coil here, which facilitates 50 watt wireless charging as well as 10 watt reverse wireless charging. The flash module over here. We then move on to the motherboard, which houses our Surge P1 chipset as well as the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 chipset, and the storage as well as RAM. We are offering it in two different SKUs. We have an 8256 as well as a 12256, and lastly you also have the various different cables and connectors and our USB Type-C port as well that connects to the motherboard and the battery for charging. So that was a quick look at the insides of the Xiaomi 12 Pro, the showstopper, and hope you guys got a glimpse as to what exactly makes this the best of all worlds and the best flagship on the market, with the showstopper display, showstopper battery and charging, showstopper cameras, showstopper design and showstopper audio.